charge me $7, I'm gonna
please.
over. You
Can you
understand?
move it?
Yeah, you
Please,
understand.
please.
I got
She's not doing anything, to be honest. We're not doing anything.
Please.
We're not even in
Okay,
your
can you move,
there.
please? Can you move?
Well, what if you
What do
wanted
you
another
mean?
hot dog? Should we move? No, sir.
Oh,
no, we
yeah.
should not.
We want another hot dog.
Oh my God. What are you doing? That's cool. Hey. Stop.
Those 4 college students seen harassing this hot dog street vendor outside of San Diego State University is popping up and catching all kinds of attention now. Apparently they were upset at the price of the hot dogs. So, why not harass the guy? Why not grab the food off the grill? Why not grab what you have and throw it onto his whole setup as well? Because that'll get things done. I think it's pretty obvious that they had been drinking that night and they probably just wanted to get some munchies handled. So why not fight at the same time? This street vendor's name is Andres Alvarez. I'm sure I screwed up his second name there. But he talked about what happened to him on Instagram as he's speaking with someone else. This is in Spanish, but you guys can either understand it or read this at the bottom. Watch.
Pero pues aquí estoy viviendo yo en San Diego.
Wow. Entonces dime que la muchacha te decía que no quería pagar $7 por el hot dog. Y ese es tu precio, ¿no?
Sí, ese es mi precio y pues ellas por sus huevos quieren que se los dé más baratos. Yo digo, ¿por qué te voy a regalar mi trabajo? Les digo, si no quieres pagar, adelante, ve a comer a otro lado, no sé, haz lo que tú quieras, pero pues no me molestes más. Es lo que yo les decía.
Sí, ¿y por cuánto tiempo te estaban ahí molestando?
Estuvieron como 40 minutos, se me hace poco.
Wow.
Pues, lo único que querían es llamar la atención de las demás personas, yo creo. No sé qué querían, la verdad. Yo creo que ni siquiera estaban ahí por los hot dogs, aunque se los hubiera regalado, hubieran seguido haciéndome un desmadre. Entonces conseguí ese lugar, ya tengo como yo creo que unos 6 meses en ese lugar, y ahí sí no me molestan, la policía todo bien, me deja hacer ahí, la ciudad, los maestros, los alumnos, ya todos me conocen.
So Andres was talking about how he's had generally good interactions. He's had this location and folks generally don't mess with him. He doesn't really get this type of stuff all the time. But then, of course, it happens here though. One particular person who was filming it said the guy's great. No one dislikes him. It's all been a situation. So his story is at least backed up there. A few of your thoughts here as we go to the second, before we go to the second part about this here, Jordan. I'm not sure what school you went to, but this was a regular thing out in Southern California with these types of hot dog vendors before and after parties.
We didn't have hot dog vendors at my school, but we did have a late night bodega that made falafel fresh, and it was amazing. That was the go-to spot. It was great, and they got rowdy. I feel this guy was by himself, so he's just at a kiosk, which is tough, but. Where I went to school, they would yell at you back if you were rowdy or gave them problems. There's a bunch of old guys working there who they wouldn't tolerate it. So I feel bad for this guy. Just leave workers alone.
It seems pretty straightforward. Like you go for the guy that has the least amount of power and the ones you can go after. By the way, they complained that the hot dogs were $7. I remember when I was in school, the same ones, I believe it must be the same ones, bacon wrapped. They throw all kinds of toppings on it, any kind of condiments you want. And I was like, $3, bro? $3. I can scrounge that up at any point on a drunken night. And that was the go-to. I guess now, as we complain about inflation, as it's going everywhere else, these folks still have to go with the same flow of life that everyone else is. Yes, they're also living in that same society. So when it gets up to $7, I guess you gotta start wrapping your own bacon around your own damn hot dogs and frying them sons of bitches up at your own place, or find yourself in this situation. The 4 women that were associated with this, so they were identified, and their sorority said, we don't know them, number 1. Number 2, one of her employers, it's like some yoga place, Yoga 6, said they're gonna do something about her. They pointed out and they said that, it'll bring attention to Ariana Rasul's employer. And then they said, we're gonna do something about it. Honestly, don't think they're gonna do anything about it. This is one of those things where it's college age students and they work at the yoga places and, the local grocery store or wherever, if the rest of these girls work at all. But that's been the response, and honestly, I'm sure they'll get the shame and everything, but the assumption that these employers are gonna do something about them when they're out on the street harassing this guy, I'm not buying. Let's just keep that real too. I don't know.
I don't either. And maybe this is an unpopular take, but I also don't want people to lose their jobs for doing something stupid. Like, just learn from it. Never do it again. Leave people alone. But also, you shouldn't just lose your job. I don't know. I don't feel great about random people who aren't, public people doing something obviously stupid, also losing their job in a way that their action has nothing to do with their job. I don't know. Just leave them alone. Never do it again. Learn your lesson. Go on with your life.
Get these campus authorities over there and get them, detained in the drunk tank for a night or something like that. That's plenty of punishment.
Sure. Yeah, a little bit of punishment.